Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I'll tell you, is he all right? Is he all right? I couldn't let another moment go by until I discussed some things with y'all. Is he all right? I'm feeling a little under the weather, so might only give you about 30, 45 minutes, something like that. I was gonna do about an hour or two, but it's been a few things. It's been a few things that that happened, and I had to talk about it. I had to talk about it. Good stuff. Always good stuff. I had to talk about it. First, forgive me for being just a little under the weather, um, but I had to talk about it. All right, so I'm just going to jump into it. The resurrection. It's for the saints, for everybody to know about it. The resurrection. Resurrection weekend. I never seen so many people. It was a lot of people. Friday, Saturday, and I know tomorrow is going to be a lot of people. Boy, a lot of traffic. Everybody, the resurrection. The resurrection has begun in the ascendance of the Lord. Can I get a witness? Can I get a witness? I know. I want to say this was probably like several weeks back. Um, I had purchased a nice little ride, a nice little bike that I had, and I'm thinking that thing's going to be zooming. I don't know what was wrong with it. Maybe it's because it's like a medium size or something. I don't know. Y'all tell me. Y'all might know better than me. But I could not maneuver that thing. I sent that thing right back, directly back to the company. Okay, let me tell you. Let me tell you. I just want to tell you that I went downhill, and it did average, like it did average going straight. It did average going up like a minor little hill. That's why I thought it was okay. I thought it was all right. But when I got to it was the coming back up the hill that got me. It was the coming back up the hill that got me. When I came back, I couldn't get up like, yeah, I'm trying to, I'm trying to do, and I heard, like, hey, get up the hill, man, come on, what you doing? Holding up the traffic and all everything like that. Get up the hill, and I'm trying to, like, you know how you do, you got the little dirt bike, you trying to, I'm looking for that extra power, but that thing would not get up the hill, and I end up just kind of just shaking it, shaking it, shaking it, shaking it. And I'm barely just creeping up the hill. And I'm kind of tipping over, falling over there. I'm like, what's going on? I'm looking at people, I'm looking at one person, and he's just like, just shaking their head. Oh my goodness, the Christian boy is on a bike, and the bike ain't working. It's just shaking their head. I look over, it's like I start shaking my head because what else am I supposed to do? I didn't make this thing. Who made this thing? Then what make it bad? What make it bad is that I see other people with that particular model and it seemed to work. Maybe it was just the company that the model was made from. Or, I don't know. All I know is it wasn't working for me. I had to get that thing out of here. I returned it. It just wasn't for me. Maybe it's just, maybe it's made for like, kids, but then I say some adults on them. Maybe just better for short distance. Because if it was just like a straight distance, then I would have been able to do it. Something like that. Just anything going a little straight, I might have been all right. But it was still lagging and things. I'm like, man, where's the production? Where's the speed? Give me the speed that I desire. No, wouldn't do that. Couldn't do that. Couldn't do it at all. So I gave it its own speed and I sped it right back to the company that it came from. Can I get a witness? Can I get a witness? You don't want something, you send it right back. The very same day I started the process. Can I get a witness? Can I get one? Amen. So I mean, it's been so many things that's just going on, and I was in the store, and and I'm not. No, wait a minute. Wait, I'm not making fun of the person. I'm not making fun of them at all, right? Because things happen. And the young lady, she fell. I heard something go, and I say, what? No, man, what's going on? And this is my real thought. This is my real thought. I say, Miss. I said, did somebody push you? And everybody laughing and things like that. I said, "Are you all right?" But she was even laughing. She was on the floor. She was laughing because I didn't know what was going on. I don't know if I think the floor was wet or something. I still don't know something happened. I said, I went over. I picked her. I helped her. You okay? Did somebody push you? You know how when somebody fall, but you don't expect nobody to fall at the place that you at because it's not really like a falling place. You know, people fall and stuff like that. It's like a regular place. You know what I mean? Falling place, you at the skateboard park or something like that, and you hit a couple double backs and you just fly up in the air. You expecting at least one person to fall at the skate park. At least one person. You expecting somebody to fall. If the rides are faulty, Six Flags or wherever you go, you might expect something. You expect it. But I did not expect. Hold on. I did not expect for this person to take a fall. You see what I'm saying? Because I done fell before. And it hurts. I got right back up. Hey, you fall, you get back up. You fall, you get back up. But she was cool about it. She was laughing and everything. But I really thought somebody pushed her. Miss, who pushed you? I'm looking around. Who pushed you on this floor? I'm thinking somebody, because things are crazy in the world. I'm thinking somebody that really lost their mind, And somebody that lost their mind doing this. But it was just, I guess it was just like a slip. I don't know how she felt. I don't. Don't ask me. I don't know. I see a couple of y'all at the bottom. I can't really, respond, but I do hi and I appreciate you. And if you're watching, go ahead and subscribe. I appreciate that. I really do. God bless you. I hope you're having a blessed day. Now it was so much that's been happening that I'm trying to write and then trying to like get this in my head and memorize it. So I'm gonna go with the more frequent things that happen. I really like these other two. I really do. I like when I was on a dash, doing dashing, and sometimes how sometimes the map, they freeze a little bit, freeze up on you, and it just took me to the middle of like a parking lot. I'm looking around. I said, what the heck is going on there? Because there's always something going on. It's always something going on, right? So, I, kind of was trying to text the person or whatever, and, wouldn't let my text go through, wouldn't let my calls go through. So I'm like, damn, So, I see a bunch of people. And I'm like, well, it's probably not even right here. I might be in the wrong section. So I say, well, let me go around and let me try to see what's going on. And as soon as I went around, I don't know, maybe my messages kind of went through or something like that. Sometimes it might be just a certain area where your signal get jammed. And so I was like, all right, meet me outside. I want to make sure you get your food, because I want to make sure that, you order something, I want you to have it. And so I get back around, and I guess this one guy knew I was coming back around. I don't know how he knew that I was coming back around. He knew I was coming back around because I told the person to meet me outside. So I thought that he was the person. He like, right here. So I'm like, cool, man, cool. So I ended up taking it. I'm about to give it to him. He like, no, it ain't right here. I'm like, oh, man. Everybody was laughing, whatever. I'm like, you should have. He's like, no, man, it ain't right here. What you mean? What you doing? He like, no, the Christian boy, no, man. I do this to, the people that come around, stuff like that. And I'm cool about it. I'm like, man, it's cool. It's good to laugh, man. You gotta laugh about certain things. You gotta laugh about some things. The other day though, I was heated. I was not laughing about this one situation, and I'm still like in the midst of it. But the first part of it is like taken care of. If anything else has to happen in between, then I mean you'll know once I kind of explain to you. I had lost a key to the truck. Now, when I say lost, right, this is more of like a misplaced. But see, it was two parts to the key. It was like a hexagon part. It was like a regular part, but that part was off. If that part was never off, it would have never been misplaced. Now, of course, I found the key or whatever because I wasn't stopping until I found out what happened to it. I don't care if I had to pull out, if I was trying to look underneath the truck, push the truck, whatever I had to do, open the storm drain, whatever I had to do to find this key. I said, don't worry about, we're gonna find what's going on. So here's the part that I like right here. Here's the part that I love this part right here. That's why you gotta, when you can look back on stuff, you can laugh at it. In a situation you're here, what's going on with this kid? I can't believe it. Because you see, you're upset because like in certain instances, people don't fully do their job. See, if it was me, that key would be fully secure. It's like some metal on it, this, that, and the third. But it wasn't there. You just do a little something and there you go. There's the key or whatever. So I guess my cousin, of course, you get a little frustrated at stuff. You get a little mad. And I think another one of my family members was like, yeah. But both of them kind of, how you brush something off. It's not the end of the world if something like that happens. You know what I mean? It's not the end of the world. If you can see it, then a lot of stuff get brushed off. I've brushed other stuff off before, right? But then my cousin told another cousin of mine, and I wasn't prepared for this, but it's just a mild conversation. Let me show you how that conversation happened. The phone ring. Hey, my hey, cousin, hey. And then it got real serious. I thought Bill Duke was on the phone. hey, player. And then before I can even say, hey, what's going on? I was like, he's like, you messed up, right? I said, what's going on? Car got quiet. Hey. He's like, did you misplace something? Lose something? I said, what? He said, player, what did you lose? And see, this is why it's good to have family, keep you on your toes, good family, keep you in check with certain things. Player, you lost something? I can just imagine what his face was like, you lost something, player? I said, no. He said, I 301. Did you lose something around 301? I said, well, yeah, man, it might have been around 3. It might have been about 302, 303. So would you lost something at 2:54 p.m.? Well, yeah, it could have been about 2:50. I think it was about 2:50. He said, player, you messing up. You done messed up. I said, man, I must have messed up. Of course, he might not have known the full story, but he's like, you done messed up, right? You done messed up. Real quiet on the phone. When you have a key, sir, you better have it in your front right pocket. But no. When you have your key, you have it in your front right pocket. I say, click. I didn't get a chance to say nothing. I say, my. He must be all right. We had to find that key. That's all I had to say. We got to find the key because I ain't missing nobody else. Because what did you tell us? This person come? I didn't even. You must have said something because something was just about to happen. I don't know what just happened. I thought my day was over. We done found the key and then drove around and having, hey, how you doing? Slapping files. The situation is over. But then it just got real serious. It went from I found the key to you better have found that key. You bets to have found it. But we had after that. I'm sorry, I apologize. After that, see, reason why I'm laughing is because when you can look back on it, it's funny. I see why the Lord does stuff because it's funny. It's just funny the way He do stuff like that. You think everything is over, but then somebody else don't know the full story or know the whole situation, and then they still try to give you that. But see, what I learned from it is that it was some and some. Technically, that is right. Bam, I would have took it, put it in the pocket. Bam, everything fine. Put it in the pocket. I don't know. Yes, partially that would have been fine, but it was a lot more to that story. And I don't know if y'all want to hear that full story. This is what happened. This is, the way that you're doing this. This is what happened. This things has happened like that. It's a whole big story. Because the basis of it was that if that key was connected properly to what it was connected to, none of that stuff would have never happened. Because things happen, but that's not like a norm for as far as this key purpose, as far as this situation. But when you look back on stuff, I see how the Lord set stuff up. It looked like a failed situation, but He set it up for the blessing. And He showed me some things. He showed me like, as far as certain things, a way to handle certain things. Because there was another part to the situation, right? Where where the people that was kind of moving stuff couldn't move certain things. And then the Lord showed me my frustration, because that kind of frustrated me, because now I got more work to do on top of the work that I already done, and I already did like a whole floor as far as like moving stuff. And it was like, wow, and I'm not mad, because I know there's different times, and it's like at the time you're thinking like, certain situations is like your brain's like, why can't anybody do their job? That's what you're thinking like. But then once the Lord showed me is that if you would have handled the situation in a different way, it might have been a better outcome. Because that frustration, and I'm talking about from my side, the frustration of that led to, me kind of saying the curse and then the boxes. I'm just being real now, Saints and everybody, just putting the boxes in a certain way and kind of moving in a certain way instead of that steady pace that I had. I had a steady pace. But I can see how the Lord enjoys certain things, because He's just watching and just, you're going to get through, but you got to go through your little trials, and then you know that you're going to see it. And then He's like, see, once you see it, then you're like, oh man, that's it. Then you can look back on it and you can laugh at it. But I say, you know what? I gotta, even though I'm feeling a little under the weather, I gotta talk to y'all about certain things. Now, another thing that I really enjoyed. Now, listen, saints. Listen, saints, and just everybody. I'm just gonna say it how I'm gonna say it. I'm saying how I'm gonna say it. Women love to tell you women love to tell you how to lick their vagina. Is that what? Can I say that? Is that what they like to tell you that? Don't they? They like to give you that instruction. So I mean. I'm pretty good a couple times. Yeah, that was good. Girl before that, yeah, that was good. And this time I had to butter the lips, get the chapstick. Oh man, had to put the little dab on there. my. Sing a little song. Dee, 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 dee. My. I'm ready. I'm ready to do what I got to do. Can I get a witness? When you get in that situation, you get ready to do what you got to do. I'll lay down a little bit. She lay down a little bit. And I said, okay, it's time to, get this thing on. I said, man, I got you. And I get ready to come in close. Almost there. And she said, I said, what? I didn't even. No, I don't like it like that. I said, oh my goodness. I had the chapstick. I was ready, and I'm good. I'm ready to give my best game. And she stopped me like I'm right here. Her lip was right there, my lip was right there. Just, no, I don't like it that way. Ah, what is going on? That's my mind like, oh my goodness. But they like the instructions. They turn me around this way. We're gonna get the job done. Turn it around this way. I flip it around. Yeah, I had to give her a couple good flips so she can get excited. And then I let her have it. Is he all right? I know somebody watching thinking I'm crazy about and stuff, but I'm just telling the truth now. Somebody knows how you know exactly what I'm talking about. Men, you know exactly what I'm talking about. My wife, she tell me to do everything. You should hear a lot of the people that I talk to. Whatever my wife say, whatever. So y'all know it's true. Y'all know it's true. I don't care what you say. Don't look at me like that, because I already see you looking at me like that. And if you can't say nothing, you sit right next to your wife, or you sit right next to your girlfriend. I'm not gonna say nothing past that. Who else you might be sitting next to, you ain't got to say nothing. Just keep looking into the live like you're doing. You ain't have to smile. Just right into just because I know you might be looking at this and you might not be able to say too much. So okay, I got you. I got your back. Don't worry, the Christian boy done got you. He done got your back for the situation. They like to tell you everything, when to eat, how to get dressed, what time to come home, what time you gotta be home from your job, from work. If you're a minute late, it's on. You're cheating, you're doing something. I remember one time I got now, I think the store closed at, I don't know, 10 or something like that. By 10:05, I was in trouble. Where you at? I thought I made the money to pay some of the bills around here. Where you at? I need to know. I'm like, man, I thought I was all right. I thought I was a pretty good dude. But she wanted to know where you at. Next night, where you at? These kids don't go to sleep till you get here. They said they won't go to sleep. I'm like, okay, let me get off of work first. Let me do what I got to do. But they like to run stuff, man. They like to run. They love to run stuff. And see, I don't mind it myself. I don't mind it myself. That's what you want to do, a lot of women do what you want to do. But remember, when you're in a relationship, there has to be a leader and a follower. And sometimes y'all, that role is kind of in between and things like that. But, you gotta look at some other people's relationship. Look how they do with certain things. You can't run everything. You can't. On either parties, you can't run everything. You can't do that. I promise you can't do that. Now I got one more thing, because y'all thought I forgot about the ascendance and the resurrection. I got one more thing that we got to do here. Now I ain't gonna do it now, but I'm gonna show you what I'm about to do. What the Lord gave me. The Resurrection Bible. It's gonna be more wine, and more resurrection wine for your baby. You're gonna guzzle them down. I got to get the big bottle for that Christian wine for the Christian boy. And don't you forget about it. Get that communion in, baby. The Christian boy is here. Shoot, I wanted to do I wanted to do a little bit more. I wanted to do a little bit more and you know, I wanted to get on camera because I got a good amount of food and do some more eating. And I was trying to surprise y'all with something with a challenge, but you know, um, the first the first week I was ready. You know, because I gotta do a whole process with mine. I'm not like everybody. I gotta do a process. I gotta kind of start myself out. You know, kind of work out a little bit, get mentally ready. If it's money involved, I gotta have a certain amount, maybe even double. But at the same time, you know, then that first day went past. I'm like, oh man. So you know, I got some stuff for y'all though. Once the Lord step in and He do that thing, I got some stuff for y'all. But right now, I got this big old bottle to drink. I might put it on camera, I don't know, but I appreciate y'all. Y'all been a great audience. I know y'all came on here. It was probably about 17, 20 of y'all, and y'all wanted me to get on here and eat and eat and eat. Don't worry, I'm still hungry, but the day just may not be the day to eat. We'll see once I cook. And I'm gonna go down here. Right while I got y'all, I'm gonna go down here. Don't forget to subscribe for your boy. All 12 of y'all I see right now, and the 17 and 20 some I seen before. Subscribe to the channel. I want to say hi IP. How y'all doing? How are y'all doing? EK, how you doing? Message is restricted. That's what it's saying. Couple people, y'all. I hear this. I like this one comment say, "Do you play Fortnite?" Hey, listen, I let y'all do y'all thing with that. I don't really mess with that too much. But it's a good game, you know. As far as certain things, just with any of the games and anything you do, just always, you know, be careful. That's all I'm gonna say. But hey, if that's your thing, what can I say? Fortnite, Roblox, whatever y'all like to do. But I noticed that y'all been asking me um about like a lot of games and stuff like that. I noticed y'all been asking me about that. And while I got you on here, I'm putting my shades back on. While I got you on here, you know, lately I've been playing a lot of good games. I've been playing pinball, right? And you know, cause see, it challenges you a little bit. I told y'all when y'all get on there, sometimes you get games that challenge you. Fortnite is a good game. Those games are good. Let's get that pinball in. That Spider-Man, X-Men, that Marvel pinball in. Let's get that new Tetris in. You see what I'm saying? Take out some time to exercise that brain muscle of yours. You know, take out some time to do that. You know, get that reading in. I ain't gonna go too far in biblical, but get that reading in. You know, get that Tetris in. See if it won't change the way that you do like certain things, the way that you think, and you know you stretch your brain. Get that in. But you know, I haven't been. I don't do games like that heavy. You know. And lately, I've been trying to just think about ideas to make sure to keep y'all entertained. And you know, I've been working hard, different things like that. And you know, that's what's been taking up my time. You know, you'll find out that you know when you're working and doing different things like that, and you know you're growing and continue to grow up things like that. I mean, you know, I'll kick it. Like after this, I might kick it a little bit. But you know, lately, I think like last night I played one level. And then that was it of a game that I was playing, and that was it. You know, I rather, you know, I do more like think about career wise. But if I get on the game, yeah, I get on there. You know, it's a lot of things that you could choose from on there. It ain't just Fortnite. You got Ghostbusters, you got GTA, they got Batman, they got a whole bunch of games on there. So there's always time to get on there. But if that's what you enjoy. I'm about to get out of here, Christian boy. I really thank y'all for this time. It's been a pleasure. It's been an honor. It's been fun. You know, don't forget to subscribe for your boy. You know, you can always jump on here if you got more questions. I want to say hi again. I appreciate y'all comments and chats at the bottom. And you know, it's all in what the Lord want to do. We're gonna have this good resurrection. I'm Christian Boy. I'm gonna get out of here. I appreciate y'all. Appreciate y'all time. Subscribe for your boy, the Christian Boy.